Across the fence, we'll see and learn about the lights of Christmas at the Joseph Smith Birthplace Memorial. It's a spectacular annual display that's been one of Vermont's top 10 winter events. Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm Judy Simpson. Tens of thousands of Christmas lights are drawing tens of thousands of visitors to the Joseph Smith Birthplace Memorial in the White River Valley between Sharon and South Royalton. The lights were turned on the day after Thanksgiving and they are now lit every night until January 1st. To learn more, I'm joined by two guests. Elder David Furman is the director of the Joseph Smith Birthplace Memorial, and Rick Cochran is the director of public affairs for the LDS Church in Vermont. Welcome to both of you, and thanks so much for coming in. Now, this is one of Vermont's best kept secrets. Tell us a little bit about the lights and how long that you've been doing this. Rick.
So this has been going on for many, many years. Some say as many as 30 years. But what happened last year that was kind of unique is the director at the time, they served for 3 years at a time, the director said, we have a splendid display and we need to get the message out. So we started, quite frankly, with Channel 3 and did a little commercial. We did a lot of Facebook, social media kinds of activities, and the results were astounding. We had thousands of people show up.
And so, Elder Furman, how many lights do you put up and who does all the work?
We haven't ever counted the lights, but we estimate that there are over 200,000 lights. And it's mostly volunteers that put it up, missionaries. There are 3 senior couples and that serve there, plus actually 4 senior couples. And the elders spend a lot of time doing it. There are full-time management employees that also help with it.
And so how long does it take to put up all these lights?
We spend about 4 weeks.
4 weeks. Now, do you have a system all down as far as what lights you put up and when you put them up?
We have tried to do it as systematically as we could. But no, it's a little haphazard sometimes. It's based upon the weather, what we can do. Some of the high branches have to use a lift to put those up, and it depends when we can get the lift up.
So what will someone see when they go to the Birthplace Memorial?
They will see lots of lights. We have over 40 trees that have lights and bushes and hedges. There are also 3 buildings that are on the site that have been decorated with lights. And I think more importantly, people can stop and come in. There's a visitor center and a residence. Visitor center, we've decorated both with beautiful poinsettias, lots of poinsettias, and beautiful artwork depicting the Savior and other events during the Nativity.
So talk a little bit, Rick, about why the lights are at this location in Vermont.
Well, this is a unique site for the state of Vermont. This is the birthplace of Joseph Smith and the founder for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the Mormon faith. And so there's been a marker there since 1905. It's made out of a single shaft of granite from Vermont. But people come from all over the world visiting year-round. And at this time of year, it's just a wonderful time to then light it up and share what a lot of communities have lost, where we used to always put up lights as families and you'd see your neighborhoods well lit, and that's kind of changed. But this is the light on a hill, and it really draws people to it.
And so tell me again about how many people you see this time of year to come to this
So
event.
what happened as a result of some of our efforts last year, we were seeing tens of thousands. I mean, I was there the week of Christmas last year, and it was a little like the Field of Dreams. The road was just packed. The cars were streaming in. We would see hundreds of people get out of their cars, come see some of the displays, and spend time having cookies and cider. And it was just marvelous. People had just a traditional family experience.
And so how can people see the lights, or how do they find the birthplace?
It's located between Sharon and South Royalton, and from either exit 2 or exit 1, depending if you're...
Exit 3.
I'm sorry, exit 3.
2 and 3.
Exit 2, you're right, exit 2 and 3. And then you come back up, and there's a marker there for that. And Elder Furman may have a clearer description on that.
Just you go off of either one of those exits, and then along Vermont 14, and then up Dairy Hill Road. And you can't miss us.
Well, the lights are the main attraction, but what other features are there?
Well, this is really, we're here to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. That's why we do the lights. We hope people come here and get a wonderful sense of Christmas, get into the Christmas spirit. But along with what we've talked about, it's just a wonderful spirit, and people enjoy just, even in the cold weather, strolling on the grounds. And
there's a nativity scene.
There's lots of, we had a live nativity the first 2 nights. We have a donkey and a sheep left over that the kids certainly love. And we have inside one of the buildings, there are lots of nativities or creches.
And I understand that you're hosting a couple of concerts later this month?
We are. We have 2 families that are longtime Northeastern families. The Soretti family. They're from
Northfield.
Northfield.
Yeah.
Okay, and they are wonderful, musically talented people. And then the Parker family from Nashua, New Hampshire, will be up. That's on December 22nd and 23rd, and that's in our chapel in the building that's on the location. You can't miss it. It's all lit up.
Why do you think it's important for folks to come and see the displays, especially this time of year?
Just to celebrate the birth and life of Jesus Christ. I think everybody needs to have that in their life, and whether they're Christian or not doesn't matter. But people come and they have a wonderful sense of purpose. They enjoy the opportunity just to stroll on the grounds and see the beautiful lights.
Is there a fee?
There is no fee. It's all free, including the hot cider and cookies.
So how many people do you think, now that you've reached out more in social media and advertising, how many people do you expect will visit this holiday season?
So last year we estimated that we had somewhere in the range of 10 to 15,000 cars come through, and of those cars, then people came out. So you're looking in numbers of 50 to 60,000 people that. And what's so amazing is that they're coming to see the beautiful lights. They do feel the spirit of Christmas, but it's a wonderful community effort. It's an economic boon to the community, because now you're getting all these people stopping to buy their gas and goods as they're coming down through. We always do. We stop at the local store and we load up with candy before we go around and make it kind of a family tradition.
And now is that something that happens as far as people can visit the site year-round?
Correct. It is a year-round facility. In fact, you may want to talk about some of your other.
Well, there's no more beautiful place than this site. It's over 400 acres. It's opened anytime during the spring, summer, and fall. They're absolutely beautiful flowers. They rotate the flowers throughout the year. We know how beautiful Vermont is, and there just is. It's very peaceful. It's very open. People are welcome just to come and stroll and walk dogs. And
now, how can people find out more information about the birth site?
Well, go ahead.
Yeah, so I think in terms of the lights for this year, and between now and the end of the year, and the music that takes place, we have a Facebook page, the Joseph Smith Birthplace Memorial Facebook page, and that has the information on it, so it's easy to find, and or you could certainly call the memorial at 802-763-7742, and that's a nice number. That'll work year-round.
Well, I want to thank you both for joining us today and talking about this spectacular display.
Thank you very much.
Well, for many people, chocolate is a big part of the holiday season. In Vermont, chocolate isn't exactly a local product, or is it? Well, Keith Silva has the story.
You can't go wrong with chocolate, so.
As the buttercream bubbles and the truffle centers get rolled in chocolate, it's easy to become a kid in a candy store on a visit to Laughing Moon Chocolates in Stowe.
I like to make a product that I feel good about. If I didn't feel good about my product, I don't think I could do what I do.
Lee Williams believes her chocolate should have one simple goal: make people happy.
somebody can come into the shop and spend $5 and make somebody's day. And there's not many places where you can go and spend, under $10 for a gift and have it really brighten someone else's day.
When it comes to a box of chocolates or a store-bought candy bar, one word that doesn't usually come to mind is fresh. Williams and her staff are attempting to change that expectation.
We really pride ourselves on our product being probably the freshest that you can get anywhere, and I think that's the difference between our product and any other product that you can buy. The idea of the chocolates as a fresh product, I do think is something relatively new, but it's surprising to me that people don't consider the fact that when they do buy a caramel or a truffle or a buttercream that's sitting in a box, they don't really consider how long it's been sitting there and what's in it. I mean, it has to have milk and dairy of some sort, so I wouldn't want to make that product.
The chocolate that Williams uses comes from a vendor in Massachusetts. And that's about the farthest distance that almost any of the ingredients in a Laughing Moon chocolate have to travel.
We have an opportunity to use ingredients that we source from, a variety of places. Obviously, chocolate, like coffee or many other things that we consume daily, is not a local agricultural product. But when you think about like a truffle or a buttercream or a caramel, the ratio of chocolate to center, there's a lot more center than there is chocolate.
Centering on this idea gives Williams a niche that fits in well with Vermont farmers and local food producers.
We decided that we wanted to make that center with as many local ingredients as we possibly could. And so we started asking ourselves about every single product. Can we make it ourselves? And if not, can we source it locally? And at that time, this was about 4 years ago now, we stopped using things like Oreo cookies because we decided that we'd rather have the cookies that we sell baked by a local baker. So we've been having Sweet Crunch Bake Shop in Hyde Park bake chocolate, vanilla, and ginger shortbread cookies for us that we dip in chocolate.
I have had a sweet tooth my entire life, so I mean, I'm all about chocolate. I always have been.
Brittany Hickman is in charge of making all the sweets and treats at Laughing Moon Chocolates.
Everything's done by hand, so each piece is going to look different, and you can tell it wasn't machine made because everything has a little bit of a different shape to it. So I think our first priority is the flavor and the taste of the product we're putting out. We do like it to look nice, but each piece is unique, and we're happy to have that.
Hickman's time making truffles and other handmade chocolate-dipped delicacies gives her perspective about where the food she makes comes from.
When you think of it just as the chocolate, but when you're thinking about everything else that goes into it, your centers and things like that, that's when I think you can start to understand how chocolate is local.
Along with using Vermont-produced products like cookies, granola, and peanut butter, Williams tries to find ways to give all her products a local flavor.
We use Vermont honey to candy fruit often. We have a lot of products that we make using more agricultural products, like we use Zach Woods herbs to steep into the cream for our peppermint truffles and our basil and black pepper truffles.
This is peppermint that I'm bagging for Laughing Moon Chocolates.
Jeff Carpenter owns Zach Woods Herb Farm in Hyde Park. The farm is the largest operation of its kind in Vermont. Carpenter specializes in growing certified organic, medicinal, and botanic herbs.
It's great to know that our herbs are going into chocolate. It's one of those things I never really thought that it's a product that I never thought our herbs would end up in, but it's really exciting. We really value the relationship we have with Lee and Laughing Moon because it's such a local relationship. We're keeping the money right in our community here, right in Lamoille County.
I love working in a collaboration with other business owners, and I've seen a lot of people do that successfully and have a really great fun time doing it, and that's sort of where we've taken it.
Laughing Moon Chocolates is a taste of Vermont. A business where fresh and local really mean fresh and local. In Stowe, I'm Keith Silva with Across the Fence.
Well, thanks, Keith, and thank you for joining us. I'm Judy Simpson. I'll see you again next time on Across the Fence.